it's your girl Cubana Kiss with another episode of the 𝒞𝒽𝒾𝓁𝒽 Chronicles podcast. And today I have Miss Cassandra with me, the CEO and founder of all things mugs related. Okay, what's up, Cassandra?
Hey, Cubana 𝒞𝒽𝒾𝓁𝒽e.
Yes, you're saying my name. I love it. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just trying to stay out of the way of COVID. COVID can leave me alone.
Especially with this second wave, it's low-key scary. It's starting to hit like
I
people
know.
real close to me. So I'm like,
Yeah,
this ain't like the first time at all.
right. Exactly.
Man. But for those who don't know, tell them who you are and what your business is.
My name is Cassandra, born and raised here on the south side of Chicago, and my
Whoop, whoop.
business is Mug Addicts. But on social media and the website is Shop Mug Addicts. But Mug Addicts is really something that was birthed through COVID. It started before COVID, but I really didn't have the time to delve in until we were on lockdown. So here I am. Yeah.
It's that little bit of peace in the middle of a tragedy. You be like,
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I love it. Okay, so how did you end up in mugs? Because we used to do all things sweet and spicy. So how did we transition from that to this?
So All Things Sweet and Spicy was a boutique that I had in Chicago Ridge Mall. I curated, I wanted to have a happy place for people who love spicy things and people who love sweet things and just bring them all together. And it opened September 1st of 2019 and I had really high hopes for it. And the location that we were in, it was melting our chocolates. So they had to move us to another place in the mall. It just so happens that it was outside of a popular coffee shop. And so I would see people lined up for coffee and they would come out with mugs. This particular coffee shop had like walls and walls of mugs. So I go in because I love mugs. I'm like, great. I'm about to buy me some mugs and it's gonna be amazing.
Right.
And I go in to look and I'm like, these mugs are pretty weak. Like, I don't, none of this resonates with me. Like, who is buying these mugs? I'm like, okay, I'm tripping. I leave out. I didn't buy anything. And week after week, I see people lining up to buy these mugs. And I'm like, let me go back because maybe I missed something.
Right.
Went back and I studied every mug slowly. Like, nah, they still weak. Like, who is this hitting home for?
Who can relate to these weak ass mugs?
Who can relate to these weak ass mugs? Like, who is getting their day started to this bullshit? It was like champagne for breakfast. And like,
that's what I'm pumpkin spice lovers.
Like, what? So
type of mugs.
I came home and I'm like, I'm gonna make mugs. And I just wrote down things that people say in my family and things I hear my friends say and phrases that we use in the Black community as Black women. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna write down 50 phrases and let me just see. I had no idea how I was gonna make the mugs, no idea where the mugs was gonna come from, no idea anything. I just like, let me make my own mug. And I said, I'm gonna write really mean shit on the mugs too, because I was still bitter about me quitting my job and how they treated me. So I was gonna call it mean mugs, and it was gonna be the meanest shit you could ever say to a person, to your boss, to you. It was just gonna be like, your fucking kid is ugly, like that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah, like. And I would have bought all that shit, like, and I need 4 of those because I'm finna give them out for Christmas, like.
But then I started thinking, like, that's horrible. Like, if you're not part of the problem, you're part of the solution. Like, why would you want a whole mug line to putting people down? So I stepped back And I just kept writing. And I had index cards all over the house. This will work. Finding motivation and inspiration from me just driving on the expressway. And eventually I started just writing mock-ups. And let me see how this will look on the mug. Let me test this font. Let me see how this will work. And before I knew it, I had 150 mugs. And I'm like, now what I'm going to do with them?
Sell them. Now we got people like me who got all these damn mugs around the house anyway. That is amazing.
Then I did the website on my own. It took forever. And now I have almost 400 mugs.
Wow.
And it just hit me.
Just spiraled.
Yeah, it hit me because it's like when you're a Black woman, when you getting motivated for the day, be a coffee mug, be a song, like that's a different motivation because we are facing, you more likely to die from diabetes and high blood pressure, and ain't nobody gonna marry you, and you got an attitude, so that requires a different motivation. So I wanted to put things on mugs that would inspire us, even the introverts, people who don't necessarily, like myself, go to other people with their problems. Like I had a mug that said, "I'm sorry, friend. Dude was trash though." Like sometimes you just need to know that you're gonna be okay, and it's been fun. It's been really fun.
Those mugs with those different sayings. I know I'm a shot glass girl, but I love mugs. And
I'm obsessed with mugs. I drink water. I drink juice. I eat ice cream. I eat soup out of mugs because
I eat ice cream, and then I put my cookies around it because mug is just easier to do that for some reason.
Yeah, and they keep your hand. You don't have to.
My fingers ain't cold because handle. It's just everything. People don't understand. I'm here with you. I get it.
I'm obsessed with mugs. Like
I love it, and I love that you were able to turn your obsession with something into a business in the middle of a pandemic where a lot of businesses are actually crumbling, but yours and amongst other Black-owned businesses are flourishing right now.
I am every time I get a alert that says a mug has been sold, I'm like, what? And then I'm curious to see which mugs sell, and it's always the things that I was like, oh, do you want to put that on a mug? And it's like the best sellers.
We want the ratchet shit at the end.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it don't matter how educated we are. It don't matter how, we've pulled ourselves by our bootstrap, moved out the hood. We still want ratchet shit. It's
fun.
It's what it is.
Fun.
I love it. I love when I get stuff with ratchet sayings on it and stuff. I'll be like, oh, y'all know my heart. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier that you quit your job and you didn't like how you was treated. And one of the things I wanted to talk about today is being a Black woman in corporate business world America and how that looks when you are strong-willed and you're strong-willed, you're very opinionated. Like I know how I feel in my current corporate job, but I wanted to know how you felt working there, and then how you felt when you was like, you know what, I quit.
Oh, it's a story that I didn't know would end that way. I went to, I was the case manager for 12 years. So, and people who don't know what case managers do, I was a non-medical social worker case manager, and I set up services in people's homes for persons with disabilities and seniors. So just to make them comfortable at home to avoid nursing home stays. And I was supposed to retire from doing something in social services, or so I thought, I went to school, got my degree, got my job, bought a house, bought a new car. I was just supposed to, sail into the sunset and work for somebody for 40 years, I guess.
Right. And
at 36, I had a son, which I never thought I would have children. I was like, no, I put some stamps in my passport, and me and my sister, we're gonna travel the world. Like, why would we have children? And so after having him, after going back to work, like how they harassed me when I was on maternity leave. When you coming back? And I'm like, I just had a baby and an emergency C-section. So that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. Right. So I'm like, okay. But all the while knowing at this particular company, Black women, Black men are not being promoted. And although I was making good money, I had almost neared a cap. Was like I wasn't going to really get more. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what do I do? Because if I go somewhere else, I'm not going to make this money. So it was really a dilemma. And I'm like, okay, they going to have to drag me out of here, basically. I'm secure. Mm-hmm. I got a mortgage. I got a kid. They're going to have to drag. And they just kept piling things on our plate at work. And we were sitting here like, how do you expect us to do this? Especially, if you're in the field, they really want you to work 4 times as hard. Working from home is really, I would rather be in the office because they really don't expect that much from you when you in the office. So it was very discouraging. I really never knew what I was going to do. And I really never thought that entrepreneurship would be a thing for me, even though I had all these ideas in my notebook. All Things Sweet and Spicy was in my notebook for 4 or 5 years. And Mug Addicts, even though I was calling it something else, was in my notebook for longer than that. And it's just like, okay. So a family member was like, hey, you want to, do you have an idea for a small business? I want to kind of, and I'm like, oh, I have the opportunity. I have a partner. Mm-hmm. Let's see how this works. So we got everything to open All Things Sweet and Spicy. And I'm like, I can't be a new mom and start a new business and keep this job. Like, I'm not going to put my son up for adoption and I'm not going to miss out on this opportunity. So the job had to go. Right. And I knew that if I put in 2 weeks, they were going to make that 2 weeks hell. So I cleaned up all my cases. And on a Friday, July 26th, I wrote a letter like, yeah, dog, this is my last day.
She said, all right, I'm going to head out. And that's just what it's gonna be.
And they like, and I slid the computer and the work cell phone, and they called me like, are you sure you want to do this? You'll never work for this company again. Why would you mess up your stellar work record with us? And I had been there for 6 years, and I'm like, and then they just flipped. Well, do your exit interview and this, and like I had never worked there before. So it's like, okay.
You made the right decision.
Fast forward to opening All Things Sweet and Spicy, my partner, also a family member, came to me like, do you think you know somebody who want to buy me out? Like, she wasn't feeling it. And I'm like, okay. So the lesson in that was, when God gives you an idea, you don't need to bring somebody in on it. That's for you. Mm-hmm. So you didn't need nobody to execute that. Didn't know that then. Right. And so in January, I started writing my ideas for mugs while still working the horrible mall hours. The mall hours are horrible, especially during the Christmas season. And so I'm like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to do this. And then COVID, mall closed, store gone, not going back. And during that time, I was working on the website, working on mugs, and that's how it came to be.
I love that you took that leap of faith, right? Because like a lot of us are scared to do that. You be like, oh, I got all these ideas, but I gotta pay my mortgage, but I gotta pay my car note. Who gonna feed these kids if I do this? And a lot of the times, that's like you said, God be putting it in your ear, like, I wouldn't give you this idea without having no plan behind you. Just trust me. And I can't even front. I'm one of them people that be like, look, God, I got more than a mustard seed size faith, but I can't walk out right now. Like,
it's very scary. And I'm gonna be honest, like, if it wasn't for my son's father, he said, I will work 2 full-time jobs. Just make sure you give it your effort. Besides, like, it's COVID. Who's gonna stay home? We have a 2-year-old. He's not going to daycare. He's not going to grandma's house. So it was like better for our family for me to stay home, and while he's sleeping, while he's napping, I'm mugged, emails. And so it just happened. I had no idea this would be my life. And I don't even, I like can't believe that I'm here every day, like
doing something that you want to do.
Yeah.
Not because you have to, because you want to.
And it's, don't get me wrong, it's not easy. It's not like, oh, I work for, I'm afraid every day.
Yeah.
But if I'm honest, I have never been more financially secure not having a paycheck every 2 weeks than I always felt like, because I was making so much money, I'm like, they gonna yank this from me at any moment. And the more they piling on me, like they gonna see that I'm really struggling at work. So it didn't feel very secure to me.
Right.
But I didn't know what else to do. So entrepreneurship doesn't feel very secure to me either. But right now I'm just trusting that this is trusting the process, even though it's hard, because it's like 2020 has, every time I try to trust the process, it's like, oh, I gotta dodge something else. Like, oh, okay.
2020 ain't been like, listen, every month I'm waiting on aliens.
Okay.
Like, we getting aliens or zombies this month, cause I just can't even. We had flying hornets, we got COVID. They didn't took Regis and Alex. I just can't even. I don't understand. I'm like,
and Kobe.
But I think it started with Kobe. I feel like
and Chadwick.
That just like my heart.
Yeah, and I wasn't even like a diehard Kobe fan, but I still can't even really look at his pictures on Instagram.
So,
like I have to just scroll past. Like I can't.
Grown to be a Kobe fan. My son is the biggest Kobe fan. Probably, and not telling anybody your business, but probably outside of your sister that my
She's
son
obsessed.
has the Kobe book bag, the Kobe jerk. Mom, can I paint my room purple and gold? Mom, can I put a number 8 and a number 24 on my wall? Like, I mean, he be talking to me like, Mom, you remember that one game where Kobe scored 81? Fam, you weren't even thought of. How you remember that game? Like, what you talking about?
Yeah.
So I think that was like, we got like a little running joke in our house there. Like, I feel like Kobe started the rapture. Because I just noticed this year, after him, we started losing, like you said, boom. It was just so many people. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And then it was like, hey, everybody, COVID is actually more serious than we thought it was. So we need you all to stay in the house. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Girl.
So, like I said, this month, I've been preparing myself for aliens. Next month, I'm ready for the aliens or the zombies, whatever comes.
In December, I'm actually waiting on Santa Claus to be like, hey, y'all thought I was a mystical creature. I'm for real. Right. But he looked like Bishop Don Juan or something.
Right.
His suit is all off, like we had him all wrong.
He'll come out like, hey, bound.
He actually bald. Like, wait, what?
He gonna be like, actually, I don't know who that white man is.
Okay.
But that is so funny. So I just want to talk about the entrepreneurship portion of all of this, right? Because like in the midst of the COVID pandemic, everybody else, like I launched my podcast. And I was super nervous, not because I hadn't done a podcast before or because I hadn't been in radio before, just because I was like, damn, everybody launching their podcast right now. They ain't got nothing else to do but sit at home and talk. but I was super scared because I was like, dang, you have so much experience in radio. What if you fail, right? Like, what if this doesn't work out? What if no one cares about Black-owned businesses and small-owned businesses the way you do? Like, what if all of this happens? And then being a Black woman in a white male-dominated field is not like the best thing ever. And I just know that like reaching out for help is hard for me because I'm like, nah, they really gonna help me or they setting me up for failure. Like, how has that been on the side for you?
It's been a challenge because I don't like to ask for help, and I have to talk myself off a ledge pretty much every other day. I'm like, there's a reason why nobody dedicated, people, they'll have a mug in their merchandise. It's a mug or t-shirt. It's mostly t-shirts, but a few mugs. Like, why would you have a whole mug boutique? Like, why? There isn't one.
Because we needed it.
Why would you want thousands and thousands of mugs for Black women? Like, why? What are you crazy? Because maybe there's a reason nobody has done this before. Maybe, I'm not gonna say nobody, because there are people like the mantra mugs, and she has a lot of mugs, and it's just like one word and very classic and very, but I wanted to cover the entire emotion of a Black woman, from having your baby to breaking up to celebrating Thanksgiving to.
Because you got a mug that say, I think it say "shut the fuck up," but obviously "fuck" is like asterisk and stuff. And I'm like, I need that mug, like simple, sweet, to the point, but I need that mug.
And it's like, you don't respect my no, and my salary does not align with your expectations. In other words, y'all got me fucked up. Like,
per my last email.
That's a mug, because like y'all, my job, job kept howling stuff on me. Like, y'all don't pay me enough money to ignore my well-being, my mental health. Like, what is this? So sometimes I think I'm crazy. Like, maybe, and it's like, how often do people drink out of mugs? I heard people say, do Black people even use mugs? And I'm like, you asking me if Black women use cups? Like,
I'm so confused. We drink coffee at home like everybody else drink coffee at home.
Yeah. So and even it's so, like I said, I have to talk myself off a ledge every day. Like, keep going. When I think I can't go any longer, I just keep going anyway, because it's like, why not? If I give half of myself to my business that I did to somebody else's business, let's just see how that works.
And you go so much harder for yourself.
Yeah. And for other Black businesses, because I know what it's like to start, and I had to fight off a lot of the stereotypes and the stigmatization that I had within myself. So when the notion is, oh, Black companies don't give stellar customer service, so I would make sure that, okay, this won't be me, knowing that that's just a seed that has been planted to discourage Black women, Black people from starting businesses. So I had to unlearn a lot of things. And so if you see my stories, I always dedicate my stories to other businesses. My page is for me, but my stories are for everybody. So it's like my highlight reel. So that's me giving back, because I know it's hard to get your name out there. And if I could just have one person that follows me also follow you, then that's a win.
One of the things that I tell my listeners, my followers on Instagram and everything, I think that the notion that Black businesses don't provide good customer service, Black businesses overcharge, Black business, like all these negative connotations that have been put on our Black businesses are simply untrue. And it's just nothing else to say that. I mean, you follow me on Instagram, and those who do follow me on Instagram know majority of everything that I own comes from a Black business. I buy my lipstick from a Black woman. I buy my hair from a Black woman. Like, hell, I got hot sauce in my house came from a Black company. Like, that's just who I am. And out of all of these businesses that I work with as an influencer, I have never had an experience where I'm just like, oh my God, I never shop with a Black company again. I've yet to be there. And I used to tell people too, like, so when you get bad customer service at Walmart, or when you get bad customer service at Target or Best Buy or Jewel, do you not shop there ever again? Or do you go there again because that was a one-off?
Like, how about you go look around our neighborhoods, and I don't know where some of your listeners, I am in the hood, hood adjacent, call it what you want.
I'm hood adjacent. I'm in Morgan Park. and across the street is Roseland.
Listen, I'm in Washington Heights, and across the track is Roseland. And I'm right off the expressway. Mm-hmm. But you see other people opening businesses in our neighborhoods, right? That's a tell. Like that's a. If you got a liquor store, a nail salon, whoever, a food restaurant, and I rolled past last month, and I'm like, these businesses really don't care how they present their business in our neighborhood. You go into a restaurant and it's a water stain on the ceiling, or tile coming up.
A ceiling.
Okay. And they are proud business owners, and they came to this country and made something out of nothing. But the look of their business says that they don't care about the people that they're serving. And we go back and get our eyebrows done, and get our nails done, and get our toes done. Even if you come up with a fungus, you blame it on yourself. Oh, I left my nail polish on too long.
Yep. Nope. You are speaking facts. This is what made me go to a black nail salon. I currently get my nails and my feet done at a black nail salon. My nail technician is a young black woman who owns her shit, and she take care of my nails. She'll be like, and you see right here where it's starting to get dark is because it looked like you might have hit it. So I'm gonna watch this one. We're not gonna do this today. We're gonna do something different. But what got me there was I went to the nail salon in my neighborhood to get my eyebrows done. That's it. Simple, sweet, to the point. Should have been in and out. I walked in, I noticed how crowded it was. She, the lady who does eyebrows typically, was doing lashes. Now, for those who don't get their lashes done, if you get an individual lash, this ain't no easy, you in and out in 5 or 10 minutes. Like, they be in there for a good minute. Mm-hmm. So I said, she said, what you here for? So look, I'm already thrown off. I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm fine, thank you. But I said, I'm here for eyebrows. How long for eyebrows? Oh, just have a seat. No, I asked you a question. How long for eyebrows? So and I'm baby, if looks could kill, I've been dead 3 times in that doggone nail salon because she was tired of me anyway. She looks her over, she cut her eyes over to the people waiting, sit down waiting. How many people here for eyebrows? So a couple people raised their hand. That's how many people in front of you. So then, because I grew up in the hood, bitch, I asked you a question. Now I'm mad. Like, now I feel like I gotta be super hood. You know, I asked you a question and you can't even give me, there's a time frame. You know how long you got with this lady that's in the chair. You see how many people. Tell me how long it's going to take for you to get to me. Can I leave and go do something else and come back, still have my spot? Like, give me more. After that, I walked out. I did not get my eyebrows done that day. I actually think I walked around for about 3 months with bushy eyebrows. I did not get my eyebrows done that day. When I was leaving, there was a young lady sitting by the door, and she said, she been acting like that since I sat in here. I said, yet you still in here ready to give her your money? Because I'm not. You're not going to put your establishment in my neighborhood and not treat me as if your establishment can't exist if I don't shop here. Exactly. Without my money, you can't be successful. So you're going to treat me well, or I'm not coming. I ain't been back since. That's been almost 2 years now.
I do my own nails. I say forget it. I'll buy me black on nail polish.
Yes.
And I do my own.
Bring, I'm not there yet.
I got Corona eyebrows, and I don't care. I'm gonna be looking like Ice Cube by the end of the week, but it's cool.
It's cool. I've been watching some YouTube videos to see if I can learn how to do these eyebrows because, auntie, this ain't it.
It's horrible.
Yes. Okay. So if people want to buy a mug, if people want to follow you on Instagram or whatever social media site, where can they find you?
I am at Shop Mug Addicts. That's Shop Mug Addicts on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook.
Wait, you on Pinterest, friend?
Girl, I'm on Pinterest, friend.
Pinterest. Okay, I'm gonna follow you on Pinterest. I ain't know. Okay, so shop at Shop Mug Addicts on everything. Then what's the website?
shopmugaddicts.com.
Yes. So if you are listening to this on your favorite podcast site, or if you're listening to this on YouTube, everything will be down below in the description box of the website and the links to her social media, including Pinterest. Okay. So make sure y'all check out Shop Mug Addict. And thank you so much for coming on, Cassandra.
Oh my, thank you for having me.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you, girl.
Thank you. Y'all, I've known Cassandra for a long time.
Long time.
It just is what it is now. But I'm so happy that you have taken your lemons and made lemonade and margaritas and everything else.
Girl, lemon tart, lemon pie, lemon everything.
I love it. So thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me again.
Yes, y'all stay tuned in. We'll be right back. Woo, child. It ain't nothing like a good online boutique. And I'm gonna give y'all a little secret. One of the best ones out there is a Leah Rose Boutique. Look, go to LeahRoseBoutique.com, child. I'm gonna tell you why. She got everything. She got shades, earrings, lip gloss, t-shirt, dresses, biker shorts. Baby, she got it all. Look, I'm the shade queen, honey. And sometimes I gotta switch out these prescription glasses and put on my shades so I can catch all the shade that might be thrown at me. And then I also make sure I wear my rose hip oil from Leah Rose Boutique. Has my lips feeling smooth, soft, and kissable, okay? Look, go ahead and check out this boutique. Baby, I promise you won't be disappointed. Make sure you tell them Cubana sent you. Mwah. Woo, child. I have 3 new products in my skincare shower routine from LB Beauty. They have great products that are natural and made to help keep you cleansed, soft, and moisturized. Step 1 in their routine, you use their LB Super Epic Wash. Y'all, it's so amazing. It has a really strong ginger lemony scent. It smells so good. It's natural based, so it doesn't strip you of those natural moisturizers you already have in your skin. Step 2, rinse the body wash off. I would hope that you guys would be doing that anyway. Step 3 and 4, you use the shea butter scrub. Listen, this shea butter scrub is by far my favorite. It has my body feeling super soft to the touch, almost like I didn't need any other product after that. Then you rinse. And the last step is to use the Shea-Dration Mist. It's just to add on to that moisture you're already getting from the shea butter scrub. Listen, check out LB Beauty. Tell them Cubana sent you. What's up, y'all? And before we get into those hot topics, you already know what time it is. It's definitely time for what's in the Cubana Kiss mug. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see my little tea bag string. Yes, I am drinking tea today. I feel perfectly fine. I don't feel sick. I just was in a tea mood. And specifically, my Femi Detox Hunt Tea Vibes tea. Right now, it's my vibe. I really love how it tastes. It's a natural tea. It's good for the women's insides. You know, you cleanse your insides for your outsides to be sweet. Okay? So, that's what's in Cubana Kiss's mug. If you want this mug or any other products, you can just click the link in the description box and you can get you a mug, a t-shirt, a long sleeve, a hoodie, whatever. And make sure you stay tuned because you don't want to miss the Black Friday sale. Okay? Now, let's get into them hot topics. Listen, it's been a whirlwind of a week. And so it's so much shit that's going on. So let's just get into what the shit is. Okay? Before I do anything, I do want to extend my prayers, my positive vibes, my positive thoughts to a college friend of mine, Jeremiah. We went to Columbia together. His sister is my sister, and it was recently reported that he is in ICU on a ventilator due to COVID-19. That family means so much to me, and so I want to continue to pray and continue to bombard them with positive thoughts and vibes to pull Jeremiah through this. The last thing I heard is that he was doing very well and that he was responding well to the treatments that they were giving him. So I'm praying that he pulls out of this and that this will be a great testimony in the future. So my prayers and my thoughts are with you guys, okay? In other news, it's time for the versus battle, okay? Listen, the versus battle is Jeezy Okay? And Gucci Mane. Listen, I'm a Jeezy girl. I'm a Jeezy girl. And I've been seeing a lot of people kind of going with the snowman. And I don't know, y'all. I feel like y'all sleep on old school Jeezy. Now, if we just gonna do straight new school, then yeah, I would go with Gucci too. Because Gucci low-key been killing the charts lately. But if we're going overall career, I'm going with Jeezy. Tell me who you think you got and who you think gonna win in the versus battle. Because I got Jeezy. Okay, so that's that on the versus. Last week I reported on King Von's untimely passing, the murder that took him from the music industry, from his family. And then T.I., y'all know I hate T.I. Y'all know this, like he is not, I just hate him. T.I. got the nerve to say, handle your beef on your own turf. My nigga, if that's the most insensitive shit I've ever heard, this motherfucker acting like Atlanta don't go the fuck up, okay? Y'all be shooting just like Chicago be shooting. Stop coming for my city, because at this point, I'm ready to square with anybody over Chi-Town. Like, y'all make it seem like my city is just so trash, and it's not. Like, we have amazing things going on in the city, and we got our bad seeds like everybody else got their bad seeds. But this doesn't even appear to be something that King Von was a part of or anything negative in his life. This seems like this was just him being in the wrong place, unfortunately. So T.I., shut the fuck up. That's all I got on that, okay? Okay. I love me some Nipsey, and his passing definitely woke a spirit, a hustle spirit in me. I already had the hustle spirit, but it's other things that, you know, that Nipsey Hussle preached and tried to make sure we understood. And one of the things was about a block. So he bought a lot of property, and he pushed us, and I say us, I mean black folks, he pushed us to also buy property. So I did that. I bought a home, and I plan on buying more property, and I think that's a great thing. Unfortunately, it's being reported that the Nipsey Hussle Marathon store was vandalized, according to High 97. I don't even understand what's going on. It's a video circulating saying that the marathon clothing store and the entire shopping complex was vandalized. So it wasn't just his store, but it was the entire complex. But we're gonna focus right now on that store, because unfortunately, like, that hit home, right? Like, that store just holds so much of everything from his life to his death. And so for people to just be so rude and disrespectful, I just can't even get with it, Joe. I just really can't get with it. Okay, y'all. This is not funny, but it's funny. It's not funny because I don't want to see no black man locked up. But I just find this a coinky-dink. Lil Wayne is currently being charged with possession of a firearm, and he is facing 10 years of time because of this. Okay, so we all know recently Lil Wayne was in the news, and I reported on this as well, because he supported Donald Trump, which that's your business or whatever. But, okay, so according to the reports, Lil Wayne has been charged with one count of possession of carrying a firearm and the ammunition by a convicted felon. He is a convicted felon. After federal agents searched his plane back in 2019. So this happened in 2019. And he just now getting charged today in 2020, okay? So yeah, he's scheduled to appear in court next month, and if he's convicted, he is looking up to 10 years behind bars, bro. Like, I wonder how his girl considering this. Like, I know they really ain't together, or they fake together, because it was reported that she dumped him after he supported Trump, like out in the world or whatever, publicly. But I ain't waiting on no nigga. You can't even be in a holding cell with me. I am not ride or die. My loyalty don't run that deep. Once you get locked up, it's over. Sayonara, see you later. I'm moving on, child, because I can't wait on no man in no jail cell. So this is interesting. But let's bring it back tenfold, because then 50 Cent reacts to Lil Wayne facing these federal charges and told him, maybe you should call Trump. I mean, that's your homie, right? That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say on that. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this Megan and Tory situation. I really wish this shit would just die down, like y'all beating a dead horse at this point. The nigga being charged. He not canceled. It's just a lot going on. But apparently, Megan Thee Stallion has said that Tory Lanez offered her hush money. Okay, so during a recent interview with GQ magazine, Megan spoke on the incident or whatever. In the interview, she revealed directly that after the shooting, Tory Lanez offered to pay her and her best friend hush money to remain silent about the entire incident. Okay, so this is what she said. She said, like, I never put my hands on nobody. I barely even said anything to the man who shot me when I was walking away. We were literally like 5 minutes away from the house. At this point, I'm really scared because this is like right in the middle of all of the protesting. Police are just killing everybody for no reason. And I'm thinking, I can't believe you even think I want to take some money. Like, you just shot me. So, that's interesting as fuck. But then Tory responded via Twitter with just a blue cap. Some pretty much insinuating that Megan is capping. So, I don't know. At this point, it's just too much. I am wholeheartedly like you're innocent until proven guilty, but I just feel like all the cards is against you, Tory. So I don't know what to tell you. Speaking of Twitter, any of y'all did the Twitter update? I hate it. I absolutely hate it. One thing that I loved about Twitter was that they did not fall in line with all the other social media platforms. So once Instagram was bought by Facebook, that really irritated my soul because I really enjoyed Instagram. I had been on Instagram since it was only for iPhones. That's that. Okay, I bet you didn't know that. Instagram used to be solely an app for iPhone. Then they opened it up to Android. It used to be strictly for iPhone. That's how long I've been on Instagram. When it was bought by Facebook, they started doing a lot of Facebook ass shit. And I personally am not a big Facebook fan. I love Twitter because I can get my thoughts out and they're still there. And it's just real time, quick stuff. Like, oh, okay, that nigga getting on my nerve. I could tweet that real quick and be done. Well, Twitter has recently done an update and they have a story, just like your Instagram story or your Facebook story. They now have a story and it's called Fleet. So you can add stories to your Twitter just like you can on Instagram and Facebook. I absolutely hate it. I don't think it was necessary. One thing I loved about Twitter, as I said, is that you were your own. You stood alone. What the fuck is this? Now, according to them, they want people to use this to be able to get quick stuff out that they, just want to get out real quick and then disappear later. They also want people to use the hashtag by Instagram, which has been trending since Twitter has done this update. Most people enjoyed this update, so it is what it is. I personally don't, because I like that Twitter stood alone and it wasn't like everything else. Like if I really wanted stories and if I wanted to post something on a story, I would just go to Instagram. I don't want to go to, it's just too much for me. Tell me what y'all think. Y'all like the new Twitter update? I ain't fucking with it. I just ain't fucking with it. Listen, baby. I actually really dislike Wendy Williams. I think she's very messy, and for her to have so much mess in her own personal life, for you to just be simply as messy as you are, I can't fuck with her. But in Wendy Williams' messy fashion, she says that Black Chyna reached out to her for help because she needed a place to live. Okay, so during a segment on the Wendy Williams show, her and her guests were speaking about Tyga, and Wendy just says that Black Chyna sent her a text message.
He has a child with Black Chyna, right?
Yes, yeah. So that's King Cairo that he's.
I told you, Black Chyna texts me regularly. Can you help me find a condo? I have no place to live.
What? Nope, didn't know that. Yeah,
Chyna.
She said she's not getting child support from either. The payments were lowered from Robin. She said that Tyga doesn't
single
help
mother
at all.
of two. can I find her a place to live? And it was like random, like maybe she sent a blast to everybody that she knows, because it didn't say like, Dear Wendy. Yeah. I didn't answer it. I don't want to be involved.
Bitch, if somebody reached out to you and said they need a place to stay and you just don't respond, you trifling anyway. So all of this shit just don't even sound right. But then Black Chyna responds with her own Instagram message. Now, first of all, Black Chyna has a Kardashian baby. She ain't gonna never need no place to stay. The fuck? I don't understand. Good day, child. I don't believe nothing Wendy Williams say, because half the shit she say be half truths. And once you tell me a half truth, everything else to me you say is a lie. So I'm good on you, Wendy, and I don't believe that she ever reached out to you. Okay. So before we get out of here, I do want to say that next week is Thanksgiving, and I know that we have to celebrate as a new normal, with a new normal rather. And I just want all you all to be safe. Please keep in mind that we are still in the middle of a pandemic, and we still have things that we are trying to accomplish in this world. We are trying to stop the spread and slow it down, okay? So if you're going to be with your family, be safe about it. I hope you all have quarantined for 14 days so that you can be with your family on Thanksgiving. I know this is difficult. I know we all look forward to the holidays, to see our families and to fellowship with them and eat great food and stuff. But this year is a little different. So I'm just asking that all my listeners be safe and send me pictures of your food. Now, if that shit look nasty, I'm calling you out, okay? So it just is what it is. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast streaming site, make sure you leave me a review and give your girl 5 stars, all right? That's how I get noticed by the people I need to be noticed by. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, baby, so you don't miss anything I got coming out. Until then, y'all, 𝒲𝒽𝑒𝓌.
Also, don't forget to follow me at Cubana Kiss on everything.